materials that are around them. So, as an example, I recently got a call about someone complaining about a rotten egg odor in a parking lot. So, as I went to investigate, I went down there, and indeed, there was a rotten egg smell. So, well, with training and education, you get to find out that when you have certain things, like with the rotten egg odor, you automatically think materials containing sulfur. So I got the results and ended up finding, indeed, it was from the New York City sewer system. So we looked at the plans to look at the plumbing of the area. We dug up the area and come to find out that it was the pipes that were placed down in the ground in 1970 were put in incorrectly. And if they would have put it in correctly, all it would have cost was an extra $5. So that's one of the things that you do as an industrial hygienist. And once that fix was made, the odor has not returned. An example that you guys might be familiar with the workplace hazard, for example, the floors, these floors, they have to get mopped. And when you mop the floor, what happens? The floor becomes slippery. So one of the things that the maintenance people would do would put up the cones to warn you of a wet floor, or what they would do, they would mop one half of the floor, wait for it to dry, and then mop the other half. That way you avoid slip, trips, and falls. And in the work environment, slip, trips, and falls do account for about 20% of our accidents. So, so far what I've told you, what type of education do you think I would have to take to become an industrial hygienist? Young lady. Oh yeah, plenty of that. I'll give you some stories about that. Yes, asbestos is one of the things that I have to come across with a lot. And this recent event with Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy caused a lot of problems because what it did, when it flooded out a lot of basements, there were old asbestos tiles, and once that water receded, those tiles popped up and caused an environmental hazard. And even the city right now is monitoring the sites, constantly doing air monitoring of the sites where these asbestos-containing materials were dumped into the storage containers. So yes, you're right. Asbestos is one of the issues that I deal with on a weekly basis. Any other type of training you guys think I needed? Yes.
I think you have to use like science because you need to find out what type of substances that you're smelling in the air.
That's correct. I've had to take many science classes: chemistry, physics, toxicology, epidemiology, many courses. Like with the hydrogen sulfide case, not only does hydrogen sulfide have a bad odor, bad egg odor, it's also flammable. And on top of that, if you breathe enough of it, it'll cause problems called pulmonary edema, where your lungs become filled with fluid and unable to breathe oxygen. So it was a good thing that the problem was solved. My educational background, right after high school, I served 8 years in the United States Army. Followed by, I got my bachelor's degree at Brooklyn College, not too far from here. And I also got a master's degree in information systems. And just last year, I completed a master's in public health. So you can see it took a lot of training and education to get where I am today. So, any of you guys have any other questions? Talk to me. Relax. So whatever you prefer. As long as I can hear you. I'm getting old. These ears are going bad.
How can you tell if it's that type of substance without using skin or using a scent?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I do use are pieces of equipment. And what I'm wearing right now, and this is a carbon monoxide detector. Now I can't take it off. All right, here you go. You can pass it around. Just don't turn it off. It's a carbon monoxide detector. Carbon monoxide doesn't have any smell, or you can't see it. The only way to find out if it's present is with pieces of equipment, and I have many pieces of equipment for different things. So depending on the nature of the problem, I will bring certain types of equipment, and that you can only get through experience. once somebody tells you the nature of the problem, you sort of figure out what you're going to need. Like if I'm investigating a problem in, say, like a regular office, I'll ask questions like, hey, is there new furniture? Is there new carpeting? And they would say yes. I would automatically jump to looking for formaldehyde because that material you can find in those in the presswood furniture and in new carpeting. So that new carpet smell, you got to be a little bit suspect about that. So like that was just specific for carbon monoxide, but I have some for oxygen. Say I have to go into a manhole, like you see the new Con Ed guys working here. Those guys, they have to check for oxygen, methane. Methane is that natural gas, hydrogen sulfide, and carbon monoxide. So whenever I have to go into these situations, I also have to carry these pieces of equipment to make sure that I'm safe, so I don't get myself hurt in the process. Any other questions, anyone? Young man. Oh, definitely, definitely. Without all this education that I received, it would have been very difficult to be where I am right now. I really value what I've received, and I am a product of the New York City public school system. I really have valued what I've received, and I think that the school system did and the college system did serve me well to get where I am today. There was someone, yes, right back there. Yes, speak up.
My name is Dan, and did you want to choose this career, or do you have many other different careers?
Oh, okay. Like I said, when I first started out, right out of high school, I was in the Army for many years. And initially, I thought I wanted to be a soldier. I was good at it, but body parts started falling apart. So, so it does take a wear of your body. So right after I left, I was a chemist for many years, and then when I was in the chemistry field, I got interested in the safety aspects of working around these materials. Because the first company I worked around, I didn't do things always the right way. That's what got me interested in the safety portion of it. And all the way back, yes.
My name's Judea, and I want to know what do you don't like about the job?
Well, sometimes I have to deliver, most of the time I got to deliver bad news. And bad news costs money. So whenever I do have a solution to a problem, I got to bring it up to somebody. And I'm pretty sure somebody's going to, I won't say yell at me, but somebody's going to be very upset that I have the problem, I have the solution to a problem that's going to cost them X amount of dollars. There's someone in the middle here who had their hand up. Yes.
What situations you had during your time during your job? What situations or problems you had?
Okay, I'll give you one. I got a call at 6 o'clock in the morning one time, and the security guard was telling me whatever it smells like vinegar, and it's really strong. So I get there. As I'm driving, I'm automatically thinking of vinegar. What's vinegar made out of? Vinegar is acetic acid. And what happens is, what happened in this situation, when I got there, I had my protective suit on and my respirator. I get there, there's a tank of acetic acid, and somehow the hole created a hole in the pipe, and the material was pouring out of the broken pipe. So ended up calling the fire department that has this material people, and while waiting for them, so I could stop the spread of the material, I placed sand, absorbent materials all around under the doors, so it wouldn't seep out into the hallways, into adjacent areas of the building. And of course, I have to notify everyone to keep away till the proper people arrive.
I think we have time for one more question.
All right. Okay, you did not ask the question. Yes.
Do you have to go to people like anytime of night, like so, like you said?
Unfortunately, yes. You got it. It's part of the job. It's part of the job. So when situations do occur, you have to show up. But it depends on the nature of the problem also. Some problems you can just tell people over the phone. I had somebody call me at 10 o'clock at night, and I handled it over the phone. I just told them what to do. signs, yes, you have to show up. So when there's fires, when there's water leaks, or when there's an asbestos problem, you gotta show up.
Okay, great. Let's send some shine to Mr. Rousseau in the front.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for your time.
Thank you.